Today we'll be talking about natural earth reds. We spend a lot of time in our color theory classes talking about primary reds, warm and cool reds, but I don't think we spend enough time thinking about our earthy reds and orangey reds and muted reds. So I have some here for you to consider. Mostly these are all PR 101s, which is the natural oxide. This is Light Red by Holbein. This is my favorite reddy, earthy red because it granulates and mixes beautifully. I use it all the time. This is my Burnt Sienna Deep by Da Vinci. This is my Burnt Sienna. I've used it for years. I love the granulation and I love the darkness of this. You can get a much darker mix from using this. It's also a PR 101. This is Transparent Oxide, Transparent Red Oxide by Core, just to give you a comparison of how much, I guess it's less opaque, but it's also less saturated. These are PBR7s. This is Burnt Sienna by M. Graham. It's much more on the browner side. I don't care for this particular Burnt Sienna. This is the M. Graham's PR 101 called Terra Rosa, which you can see is similar to an Indian red. It's much more on the redder side and it's much more opaque. This is their Indian Red by Winsor Newton. You can see it's also more on the opaque side. I don't use this color generally, really at all because of the opacity. This is Piemontite by Daniel Smith. It's a beautiful violet red. It's just a very natural, nice color to have on your palette. This is Violet Caput Mortem by Winsor Newton, which is just a flat, violety red. It's not a beautiful color. It is a useful mixer though, and it's a PR 101. And this is Burnt Sienna by Sennelier. You can see it's a PBR 7 and it's a much more orange Burnt Sienna. So it does matter what brand you use in these paints. That's why I never recommend just buying a set of paints. I think as you progress in your watercolor journey, you will learn that you like certain brands for certain pigments, and you'll learn to eliminate the ones you don't like and to keep the ones you do, and to keep a record. If I had one suggestion for my new students, it is to keep a record like this so that you don't keep ordering the same color that you didn't like in the first place, that you've forgotten you didn't like. So make yourself a little guide to keep up with the colors. The easiest way to do that is just to get one of these little booklets on sale from Jerry's. One of my students gave me this initial one, and it's proved so helpful. It's called a Painter's Color Diary, and it's 6x8 watercolor paper, and it's from Jerry's Artarama. And you can keep a record of all your different paints that you've tried, and then when you're ready to order, say, a new yellow, warm yellow, you can go back and look and see which ones you actually like the best. You can even mark them and keep. It's much easier than keeping the 2x3 binders that I also keep. Those I keep, but they're this is much easier to keep up with. So I hope you found this helpful.